What's up everyone? I'm Mike from Guitar Tricks, and today we're diving into the funky rock guitar style made famous by John Frusciante. I'll break down the details of an arpeggiated riff based on this playing style, which is super fun to play. You'll get a great picking workout and a chance to work on your hammer-on and pull-off techniques. Learn more about the style made famous by John Frusciante by heading to guitartricks.com/Frusciante, where step by step we cover his signature sound. Now back to the lesson. All right, so this riff is based on triad shapes and embellishing off of them. Triads are three-note chords. We're going to start with an E triad up at the 7th fret of the A string, 6th fret of the D string, and 4th fret of the G string. Okay, so we're going to start off by arpeggiating the notes in this chord shape. So I'm going to go A string, D string, G string, D string with my picking. Okay. Next, I'm going to add a hammer-on pull-off to the G string. Okay. So I'm going to pick the 4th fret of the G string and then hammer on to the 6th fret of the G string and then pull back off to the 4th fret of the G string. Okay. Then I'm going to come back down to the 6th fret of the D string, pick that, and then pick the 4th fret of the G string and let it all ring out. So if you put it all together, now if you notice, I'm using the first 3 fingers on my hand to get the chord shapes and the hammer-on with this particular shape. But if you wanted to, you could also change it up and use your pinky and your ring finger instead of the middle and ring for these shapes. Whatever's more comfortable for you. All right, so what I'm doing here is sort of a Hendrix influence, but I'm changing it up a little bit by arpeggiating the notes in the chord and then adding in that embellishment. All right, so that's the first part of the riff on the E chord. Then it goes to the B chord, and we're just going to switch string sets and play the exact same frets and the exact same riff, now fretting the B chord. Now that B triad is just going to be the 7th fret of the low string, 6th fret of the A string, 4th fret of the D string. But the picking and the riff are exactly the same, but now you're doing it on the lower 3 strings. If you're enjoying this video, go ahead and subscribe to the channel and tap that notification bell. Also be sure to give this video a like. It really helps out the channel. All right, so take some time to connect those chords together. Play it nice and slow once to get it under your fingers a little bit, and work on that transition from the E chord to the B chord. Okay, you can practice that back and forth for a few minutes just to get it really under your fingers. All right, the next chord in the riff is C sharp minor. We're going to use the same riff, but with a different chord shape. So we're going to grab the 6th fret of the D and G string and the 5th fret of the B string. This is a C sharp minor triad. Okay, we're going to do the same arpeggiation leading up to the hammer-on pull-off part. So we're going to go D string, G string, B string, D string. This time we can hold the chord and use our pinky to do the hammer-on the B string. So I'm going to pick the 5th fret of the B string, hammer on with my pinky to the 7th fret, and then pull off back to the 5th fret on the B string. And then end off that riff by picking the 6th fret of the G string and then back to the 5th fret of the B string, letting that all ring out. So together it sounds like this. All right, the last chord in the riff is an A major, and we don't have to make a very big move in order to get an A triad in this position. We're just going to have to flip our fingers around, and now we've got the 7th fret of the D string, 6th fret of the G string, 5th fret of the B string. Okay, we still have our pinky available to play the exact same notes for the hammer-on pull-off part, and it's still the same strings that we're arpeggiating. So start with the D string, G string, B string, and then back to the G string, and then the hammer-on pull-off, is once again picking the 5th fret of the B string, hammering on to the 7th fret with your pinky, pulling off back to the 5th fret, and then picking 6th fret of the G string and then 5th fret of the B string and letting it all ring out. Now you've got all 4 chords, and now you can work on connecting all of these together. Go nice and slow. So there you have it, a deep dive into the guitar style made famous by John Frusciante. We'll get into more examples in greater detail in the full artist study available at guitartricks.com/Frusciante. If you enjoyed this video, post a comment below and tell me what other artist styles you're currently learning.